Welcome to Manifest Daily, the podcast where we embrace the messy, beautiful journey of self-discovery and constant evolution. I'm Dheandra Nicolette, podcaster, dreamer, and your partner in navigating life's transitions. Together, we'll explore personal growth, creative reinvention, astrology, and navigating life's unknowns. This is your space to evolve boldly, embrace change, and manifest a life that feels true to you. Let's dive in, my loves. It's time to create the next chapter together. Good morning, my loves. Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Dheandra Nicolette, as you heard in the intro. I don't know why I still always start with introducing myself when I've created a new intro. There is no need. There's no need to double up on the intro. But anyways, hello. Welcome back to the show. I'm excited to be here chatting with you guys. I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about today, and I actually went back to this idea of a YouTube video that I published recently. And in this YouTube video, I was talking specifically about my journey the last couple of months of 2025, the first couple of months, I should say, of 2025, and how at the end of 2024, I was in this period of my life where it felt like I was lacking clarity. It felt like I was stuck. It felt like things weren't moving. It felt like I just didn't know what was on the other side of the door because I felt like the door was closing. And as you guys know, the door and the chapter literally did close, and it showed up as me being laid off from my job, as me moving back in with my parents. And it showed up in a couple of different ways. But on the other side of that door has been a lot of sitting with what happened, coming to terms with it, forgiving myself for feeling so angry and so frustrated and so disappointed by myself simply because that needed to happen. And I still don't understand the full picture of what is unfolding, but I do know and I do feel so deeply in my heart that it was meant to unfold in that way for a reason. Today's episode is kind of a similar topic, a similar conversation as that YouTube video. So if you did watch that YouTube video, thank you so much for finding me over on YouTube and supporting my very eclectic movements when it comes to content creation these days. I appreciate you. But, we're going to have a little bit of a different conversation today. It's not going to be the same exact things I said in that particular video. So if you did watch, I hope you stick around to listen to today's episode. Today's episode is for the person who feels stuck. It's for the person who feels like they are moving backwards in their life, or perhaps like nothing is happening at all. This is for the person who feels like, I've done the work. I've been patient. I've prayed. I've journaled. I've visualized. I've redone my vision board 1,000,000 times and nothing seems to be moving. This episode is for you. So I want to start with talking about something that I feel is often misunderstood in our journey, because I know for myself, I have had several different points and moments and chapters where I didn't understand it myself. And that is the purpose of stillness. I think a lot of times we can interpret, okay, stumbling over my words here. We can interpret stillness as being stuck or being stagnant. And the thing about stillness is it's really interesting in that, sure, you can, sometimes you are still, or sometimes it is an indication that you're not moving and that you need to change something and that you need to pivot. I get it, because it's really frustrating to look around and to feel like everyone is moving ahead. Everyone is starting a new job, a new relationship. They're calling in these grand and seemingly aligned opportunities, and you're left wondering, did I miss something? Did I take a wrong turn somewhere? I remember one of my recent therapy sessions, it came up as I had felt like I'd been left behind. I felt like somewhere along the lines, everyone had received a copy of this book of how to show up as a successful adult. And my copy, girl, it got lost in the mail. And I was sat here like, God, run me my copy of this book. I don't understand why I didn't receive it. I don't understand why I'm struggling to understand or to even manifest these things in my life, to really live out what I believed and what I interpreted and what I saw as a successful way of being an adult. It felt like it was too late for me. I say this in so many episodes, and this is something that I have to listen to my own podcast episodes more, because I think I need to hear this lesson over and over and over again to be literally hit on the head with this lesson or this reminder that it's not too late. You didn't miss anything. You can't miss anything that is meant for you, because the truth is divine timing, baby. Divine timing is just that. It doesn't move on your human clock. It moves on God's timing. And God's timing is something that we as humans may not understand in the moment. It could be one of those things where, you get to a certain point where you look back on your life and like, you know what? I understand why it had to unfold this way, because I needed this time to prepare. And sometimes it unfolds in such a way where we don't understand the timing, but we recognize that it was right all along. The season of stillness, I think, is really important, because what you believe is stagnation might actually be you being put in a season of preparation. What you believe is delay might actually be that you're being rerouted from the things that are not meant for you. It could actually be protection. I always say that, like when you leave the house a little too late and you're running late and you're like, damn, why couldn't I find my keys earlier? Why did these leprechauns in my house snatch my keys up and make me late? Maybe it was because there was something that you were supposed to avoid that morning, and in you being late, quote unquote late, you were right on time for what's meant for you and avoiding everything that wasn't for you. I think in those moments where it feels like and it looks like and it seems like nothing is happening on the surface, we have to allow ourselves to really understand that beneath the surface, in the soil, if you will, things are shifting and things are blooming and things are growing and things are blossoming. You have to remember that seeds grow roots before they ever sprout. There's so much happening in the ground before you see anything come from that plant. We go through the winter and you think, damn, it's dead. It's not growing. There's nothing here. And then the spring comes and then you see a little sprout. And then that sprout turns into a bigger plant, a flower, perhaps a tree down the line. But before it was ever that, it had to be something where it was growing roots in the ground, roots that you could not see. Those moments where you thought nothing was happening, it was building foundations for what it needed to become. You have to remember that butterflies, before they emerge out of those cocoons and become the beautiful and very scary, because y'all know I'm afraid of butterflies a little bit, okay? The beautiful creatures that we know, before they actually ever have a moment, a chance, an opportunity to fly, to spread their wings, they're in a cocoon. They're preparing for that season of their life. They're preparing for that chapter of who they're meant to be, of what they're meant to be, of the potential that they have. In those periods and those chapters of stillness, I had to learn that it's not a punishment. Because I think sometimes we're looking around and we're like, damn, it's happening for everyone else but me. Why isn't it happening for me? Y'all know when you have those days where everything just feels so difficult and you can't figure out what is going on. I have absolutely been there. In fact, y'all know, or maybe you don't know, but I feel like I've been there more in the recent months, and I absolutely understand how frustrating that can be. Recently, I've learned that sometimes it's not just stress or lack of sleep that's affecting you, but it could actually be your hormones that are at play. That's where Happy Mammoth comes in. They offer a free 2-minute quiz that can help you uncover the root cause of your hormonal symptoms. It's super easy. You literally answer a few questions about what you're going through and where you're at in life. And the best part is that after you take the quiz, you get this personalized recommendation to help you figure out how you can balance your hormones and start feeling better. So I took the quiz recently and it gave me some personalized insights into what might be happening with my body and my hormones. And Happy Mammoth actually recommended a product that can help me with some of the things that I'm struggling with. One of the recommendations that I got was to start taking Hormone Happy, which helps with bloating, chronic fatigue, weight gain, mood swings, and more. So Happy Mammoth is dedicated to making women's lives easier, and that means that they're using science-backed ingredients that have been proven to work for women. They make no compromises when it comes to quality, and it shows. They offer a range of products that are designed to help you feel like yourself again, and with personalized recommendations from the quiz, you know exactly where you need to start. If you're ready to start feeling like yourself again, head over to happymammoth.com and take their free 2-minute hormone quiz today to find the ultimate answer to your stubborn hormonal issues. And for a limited time, you can also get 15% off your entire first order with my code ManifestDaily at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use the code ManifestDaily for 15% off today. The other thing to remember too is sometimes it's not happening for you in the way that you want it to happen for you right now because you're not ready. And I think that's a hard pill to swallow because we want to think that we're ready. We want to think, oh my God, well, I'm prepared. I have X, Y, and Z in order. What do you mean I'm not prepared? What do you mean I'm not ready? Well, babes, what if the blessing, what if the reality, what if the things that are in store for you are much bigger and grander than you imagine? And so, yeah, you might be ready for the vision that you have, but God has a bigger vision for your life. And that you might not be ready for it yet. So what you're considering as stillness, what you're considering as delay, what you're considering as stagnation might actually just be preparation. It might actually just be that things are slowing down for you so that you have a moment to become the person that you need to be for everything that's in store for your life. It might just be that things are falling apart, not because you're cursed. Because when I tell you, I had moments where I said, God, am I cursed? Has someone cursed me because of what is going on? It might be that you're not cursed, but what's happening is that the things that are falling away, that are falling apart, that you're trying so hard to hold on to, you're grasping for dear life onto these things, they're meant to fall away. Because the things that are coming in to take their place, to replace them, they need room, they need space. They can't come in while you're holding on to what you have outgrown, while you're holding on to the spaces and the places and the energy that is no longer meant for you. You have to allow them to fall away. You have to create that space. The thing about a season of stillness that I have learned time and time and time again in my life is that there's a period of stillness and there's a period of stagnation in your mind, right? It's not stagnation, but it feels like that. There's a period where it's quiet and nothing seems to be moving. And then out of nowhere, everything changes. It can change in a week. It can change in a day. It can even change in an hour. It can be one phone call. It can be one conversation. It can be one email. It can be one decision. It can be one DM. It can be one person saying hello or you saying hello to them. And that yes, that answering of the phone, that response to the email, that reply to the DM shifts everything in your entire trajectory. It shifts your entire life because that's how divine timing works. Nothing is happening. Nothing, quote unquote, is happening. And then suddenly everything is. And that's why you need to release your grip on timing. You're sitting here trying to predict your life on this linear trajectory. You're thinking, okay, well, it took me 2 years to do this and 5 years to do this and 6 months to do this. And so by that math, it'll take me years to get to where I want to be. By that math, I'm moving slow. I'm behind. I've been left behind. I can't catch up. But you have to stop trying to predict the play-by-play of your life, because that's the thing. Divine timing moves quickly. It moves quickly. And in that moment, when everything changes, you realize that all that work, all those delays, all that pain, all that struggle, all of what you thought was stagnation, what you thought was moving backwards, those moments were actually setting up your launch pad. You know the cliche I'm going to say. The arrow that's pulled backwards in order to be launched forward. That is your story. I know right now it might feel like you're being pulled backward, but consider this. What if you are the arrow? What if the deeper the pull, the further back it seems you've slid, the more it seems like nothing is happening? What if that is an indication of just how far you'll go, just how far you'll fly? Because you're not being punished, my love. And as difficult as it can be to feel that you're not being punished in a moment where it seems like you are, in a season where it seems like you are, you have to understand that you are being positioned. You are being positioned so that when the moment is right for you to move, you will move so quickly that it will feel like years of your life has taken place in weeks, in days. That is the power of divine timing, and that is the grace of God. So if you're in a season where nothing seems to make sense, all you can do is hold on to your faith, hold on to the whisper of a dream that you have had for years, for months, for most of your life. I need you to hold on, because I need you to stop judging your life by what you can see. Faith is built on knowing that things are working out and that God has your back, even when it doesn't seem like it, or even when you're struggling to believe it. The timing is going to make sense later, I promise you. Right now, your only job is to hold on, to stay rooted, to stay grounded, to stay faithful. Because I'm telling y'all, when God says go, when it is time to move, I promise you, it's going to feel like you got whiplash from how quickly it happens. So I want to leave you with a few reminders as we close out this episode. I want you to know that you're not behind. I want you to know that you are not late. I want you to know that you've always been right on time for what is yours. It may seem quiet right now. It may seem like nothing is happening right now, but something powerful is on its way to you. And when it does, when it comes in, when it makes its appearance, when it manifests for you, it will not be a slow entry. It will be dramatic, it will be powerful, and it will be huge. It will be everything that you've prayed for and more, because you, my love, you literally can't even understand the power of what is in store for you. You're limited in your vision, and that's okay. That's okay. Because when it comes in and you see just what's always been in store for you, you'll realize why you needed this time to prepare. Let go of your timeline. Trust in divine timing. Trust God's timing. He's never late, okay? You're being prepared to move, and you're being prepared to move quickly. That's what I have to share with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope, I'm getting a spam call just as I wrap up. The timing, the timing of it all. But thank you so much for spending this morning with me. I appreciate you so much, my loves, and I will chat with you very soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Okay, bye-bye.